Why does it seem like every YouTuber has these headphones? If it doesn't ring a bell, let me go down the list. KSI, Mr. Beast, Ninja, Jacksepticeye, Slimesicle, Oni Pixel, Gotham Chess, Mini Minter, Bazinga, Vicstar, Laserbeam, Muselk, Jack Manifold, Nikkei30, Ted Nivison, Talia Mar, even Magnus Carlsen. These people I've just named are just the lucky few that made the cut that have the exact same pair of headphones, the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros. Because the list goes on and on and on, and for the longest time, absolutely everywhere I've looked, I've seen them. And I know I'm not the only one, that at one point in time, absolutely every YouTuber and streamer decided we're gonna wear the exact same thing on our heads. Is this a requirement in the YouTube terms of service, that you must wear these headphones to be taken seriously? And if you do it will give you godlike powers. So that leads to the question, why these headphones? Are they really that good? Or is there something more to this that meets the eye? Because these aren't just some average pair of headphones you find at Best Buy, no. These are the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros, studio headphones made for audio engineers. You know, the people who professionally mix soundtracks for films and tweak the bass frequencies of a music album for 6 months straight? YouTubers aren't exactly the target audience, and yet YouTubers wear them like it's a part of their uniform. But here's where it gets weird. Nobody promotes them. There are barely any sponsorships, no discount codes, no big flashy ads. Yet somehow every creator, from gaming legends to chess grandmasters, are wearing them. Like there's some initiation ritual. When you get verified on YouTube, they mail you a pair of the headphones with a blood oath. It's the headphone Illuminati. But no, let's get serious for a second, because maybe there's a logical explanation for this. I first noticed this about a year ago. I was watching some Chuckle Sandwich and I took a liking to Slimesicle's headphones. But eventually, after typing the text of the side of the headphones into Google, I found them. Most of them were $300 and above. I said absolutely not and moved on with my day. But sometime later, I don't know when, it was them. Then the next video, then the next, then the next, then the next. I had finally opened my eyes to this after being blind for so long. How did I not notice this until now? Hundreds of videos I must have watched, and they were all flooding to my brain right then and there. It was a real eye-opener for me, like I was a sleeper agent, and this was my waking call. It felt like I had finally become conscious, like I was standing for my entire life, and I'd finally sat down. My theory is, once you notice the DT990s, you're doomed. You've been initiated. Your retinas are now hardwired to spot them anywhere. In streams, YouTube videos, I sure know I do. They even start appearing where they shouldn't exist. Eventually, you'll see them in your own reflection, even when you're not wearing any. So of course, I had to ask myself, why? Why does it feel like every creator on the planet is wearing these? How did these one pair of headphones go from niche studio gear to the official YouTuber uniform? Well, a big part of that story starts with one man. Ninja. Coincidentally, there isn't much information on this topic. Like at all, this video was so hard to research, but I think it's pretty cut and dry as to how they got famous. Back in late 2017 to 2018, I'm sure you remember Fortnite became one of the biggest games in the world. And Ninja wasn't just the biggest streamer on Twitch, he was Twitch. In March that year, he played Fortnite with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith, and pulled over 628,000 concurrent viewers, breaking Twitch's all-time record. And here's where I think the snowball started. Every day, millions of people were watching Ninja. Not just about the gameplay, but everything about him. The hair, the energy, the setup, and yes, the headphones. And sitting on his head through all of it, it was them. And somewhere in the back of their minds, people thought, well, I like Ninja. Maybe if I wear his headphones in my videos, I can be rich, successful, and cracked at Fortnite as well. But that raises the real question. Are they actually that good? Or do they just look that good? Okay, let's talk facts. What makes these things so special? With a bit of research, Beyerdynamic wasn't just a one-hit wonder before these headphones. They were Beyerdynamic, a German company founded in 1924 by Jürgen Beyer. I might be butchering that, but who knows. Over the years, the gear was used by the Beatles, Elton John, and even Queen Elizabeth. But are they really that good? These headphones are studio-grade open-back headphones designed for professional mixing and mastering. Unlike closed-back headsets that seal off your ears and make your voice sound muffled, these let your own voice pass through. For anyone recording or streaming for hours, that's a lifesaver. It stops you from shouting without realizing it and helps your voice keep steady and comfortable. Of course, they're not perfect. Because they're open back, sound leaks out both ways. People near you will hear what you're listening to, and your mic might pick it up as well. While the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros have earned a cult following among YouTubers and streamers, many audio enthusiasts, audiophiles, yes, they call themselves audiophiles, argue that they aren't necessarily the best option on the market. The headphones are known for their bright, detailed sound, but also their sharp treble, which some listeners find harsh or fatiguing during long sessions. Competing with models such as these I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce those names. These headphones are often praised for their more balanced sound signatures, lower power requirements, and similar to better comfort. In other words, the DT990 Pros deliver solid studio performance, but their fame may owe as much to their iconic look and association with popular creators as to their actual audio quality. But maybe it's not sound quality at all. There's something else going on here. So they're definitely not the best headphones, and yet they've still taken over the entire content creation space like a virus. Somebody's cooked here. Everybody put on your tinfoil hats for this next one. We're going deep. What if the DT in DT990 stands for direct transmission? These aren't just headphones, they're mind-jacking devices designed as studio gear. These YouTubers weren't just wearing the DT990s, they were being controlled by them. Each pair transmits subliminal signals straight into the brain, telling creators when to upload, what to say, even how to react. It's not a headset, it's a puppet string. They didn't choose these headphones, they were chosen. And once they go on, there's no going